No, dude, I just took. It was so explosive, that diarrhea. It was something else, man. I tell you.
Good,
It was emotional, man. Emotional.
good. Gotta get your emotions out.
Hell yeah, dude.
Not all of us are able to.
The name of this next horse is Hoof Hearted, but listen to the call.
Hoof Hearted on the extreme outside. Colorado Co-Ed, Toast a Dozen on the inside. Questers Jet, Hoof Hearted on the outside, it's close. Hoof Hearted in the winner's circle.
¡Claro que sí! ¡Ay, jaja! ¡Sí, señor!
What is up, pod people? This is another episode of Hoof Hearted. I am Doc, and with me is Mex. What's up, Mex?
What up?
What up?
Party people, motherfucking Doc. What's going on?
What's up, dude? All right, so today is going to be a little different. We are going to watch a video.
Back in time.
Yeah, we're going to go back in time. That's right. We're doing time travel. We figured it out. We're not telling you guys. So
Yeah, you
fuck
guys are
you
just gonna
guys.
catch our experience.
Yeah, fuck you guys. We're out of here.
Trump's joining us.
Trump is joining us. We're gonna go buy a bunch of Apple stock. So,
And acid.
and
Antacid.
and
Antacid.
and Bitcoin when it was like $1.
Dude,
Dude, have
that'd
you
be
seen
nice.
it? Have you seen it?
It's over 90 now, right?
Fucking hey, yeah, it is. It is over 90. I'm gonna look. Yep.
'Cause,
Yep.
yeah,
It's
no.
shit.
I just
Dude.
buy it through Cash App, but mine's like slowly been going up. Like it's nice. It's nice. I don't
Yeah.
have a lot, but it's like, damn, dude. Okay.
Yeah. It's at 99. So 99,000. Yep.
99,000.
99,000.
Bitches ain't one, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
I'm up money
Something
now.
like
I'm up money now, so that's great.
Hell yeah.
I haven't bought any crypto in quite some time, but I'm actually up some money, and my XRP's up as well. So
Nice. Yeah, I just found out because anytime I've been trying to get XRP,
mhm.
no one sells it, and I just found out Robinhood reopened it, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
start buying some.
Coinbase also does it. You can also buy and sell on Coinbase.
Anytime I looked on it, I couldn't find it though, so I don't know.
Yeah. When's the
'Cause
last
that's the
time you
only one
looked?
I was getting crypto on, and then I kept hearing about XRP, but like everyone shut it down for a minute.
Yeah. When's the last time you looked?
I want to say like a few weeks ago, but
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I don't
I'll
know. Maybe,
reopen it and just double check, or maybe I'm just stupid. Like I can't find it.
yeah. Well,
I'm not that
Well,
stupid. I'm pretty sexy, but I'm not stupid. But go on.
yeah. Anyways, so today's episode though, we're gonna go ahead and watch a video on YouTube, and we're gonna react on it. It's a little
the
different.
first strip tease that was on YouTube.
Sure. Yeah. We're gonna do Evolution of Dance.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've watched this video. You have not watched it yet, so it will be good to I guess just to get your opinions on it, and we will talk about it. And if it runs long, I'm gonna go ahead and split it up, and yeah, we'll just go from there. This is about like the money, our money, the money system. The name of this video is End of the Road, How Money Became Worthless. So, with all this like inflation and everything costing so much fucking money and
Racism.
yeah. And with that as well, which has nothing to do with money. Well, actually it does.
Well,
It does. I'm sure we can link it up somehow, but I don't feel like doing that. But anyways, so I just thought it would be cool to actually kind of, comment on stuff. So,
but if you guys want to later link it up, to racism, you could hit us up on Instagram at
Yeah.
the Hoof-Hearted
Hoof Hearted
podcast.
Podcast. Yeah, on
Hoof-Hearted
Instagram.
podcast.
If you want
Or
to
Doc
send,
Farted and the _ Maxlorian.
yeah,
And you could let us know how racist money is.
that's right. Yes. And then also we have a phone number. You guys can call us. The phone number is 661-379-0020. And you can call us. You can leave us a message. You can text us. And yeah, that's about it, man. Right? I think that's it.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. So let's go and get started.
Let's
I'll
get retarded in here.
yeah,
Let's
exactly.
get started in here.
No, I heard what you said. You said the original line, and that's fine. That is fine.
I'm just quoting it.
Yep, exactly. Anyways, yeah, I think let's just see how it goes. I'm gonna try my best. If you have something to say, I'm gonna try my best to pause it, so then that
For
way
sure.
we can, whatever. But we'll see.
I could yell.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here.
The strength of a nation's currency is based on the strength of that nation's economy. And the American economy is by far the strongest in the world. Accordingly, I have directed the Secretary of the Treasury to take the action necessary to defend the dollar against the speculators. I have directed Secretary Connally to suspend temporarily the convertibility of the dollar into gold or other reserve assets, except in amounts and conditions determined to be in the interest of monetary stability and in the best interest of the United States.
August 15th, 1971 will...
Real quick, I just want to say the reason why I think this is important is I think that we don't really know how our money system works. And this video does kind of go into it. It doesn't talk a lot about, I mean, it's not going to go into all the details, but it gives you a good idea of how our economy works and how all the economy around the world works. So I think this is a pretty important video. And yeah, because banks are fucked up, dude. And our money is, it's just a house of cards, man, ready to fall. So anyways, here we go. Sorry.
No, good.
Yeah.
will stand as an important event in economic history for many, many generations. In fact, hundreds of years from now, people will look back to that day.
This video also has a lot of like ad breaks, which I think is funny.
That's pretty ironic.
Yeah.
Our
The
money's
sun
dead.
rises
Here's an
today,
ad.
as it has a million times before. Commuters wake up and travel to their offices to begin the day's work. Farmers tend to their crops. Construction workers build new infrastructure. Today is a day like any other. Or is it? In 2008, the world experienced one of the greatest financial turmoils in history. Markets around the world started crashing, and major financial institutions, once thought to be invincible, started showing signs of collapse. Governments responded quickly, issuing massive bailouts and stimulus packages in an effort to keep the world economy afloat. And it worked. The global economy recovered much quicker than most predicted, and soon it was back to business as usual. And yet, something still isn't quite right. A growing sense of unease fills the population. In the world of finance, indeed, in all facets of modern life, cracks have started to appear.
There's angst out there, and I think if you talk to people on the street today, they would tell you, I don't know what's causing all this, but this just doesn't feel normal to me. The government's running $1 trillion worth of deficit. Why isn't the economy improving? The government's going to spend almost $3.7 trillion. Why don't I have a job? Why is the unemployment rate at 9%? And I even think that number's understated.
A lot of people are feeling unsure about the world today, concerned that something terrible is waiting in the wings. We're told that the global financial crisis of a few years ago has been fixed. But what if the crisis isn't the cause of the angst so many of us feel, but rather the symptom of a much deeper problem?
At Bretton Woods, New Hampshire, delegates from 44 allied and associate countries arrived for the opening of the United Nations Monetary and Financial Conference.
Our story begins in 1944. With World War II coming to an end, the Allied nations met at Bretton Woods, New Hampshire, to create a new financial system which would stabilize the world once the war ended. With America poised to enter a golden age of prosperity, the U.S. dollar was chosen as the world's reserve currency.
The Bretton Woods system was created after the Second World War at the Bretton Woods Conference.
What were you gonna say?
I just said, "Fuck yeah."
Yeah, well, that was
Whoop, whoop.
that was the
Hey,
first.
hey.
That was the first mistake, dude.
This stay in the past. This stay in the past.
That was the first mistake, dude.
No, I don't know.
Yeah. There's a
No, I'm just kidding.
There's a
I
reason
want
why.
our economy to be like the Futurama economy, where we're able to make dollar bills that change as you use them. You know what I mean? Have you ever seen that?
No, like you mean they changed their denomination?
Yeah. So whenever you spent, like Fry, he kept going. I think the episode I'm talking about, like everyone got like $1,000 or some shit just to spend however they wanted, and Fry wanted to get coffee, his whole money. So every time he went and it spent $3, it just go to lower by like $3 or like $5. You know, so that'd just be fucking cool. You know.
So digital currency, but like
but
still
with the little piece of paper.
Yeah. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, that's a little
Well,
weird.
it's a credit card, but it has a screen on it.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
So I guess that really doesn't have anything to do with our economy. MasterCard, get work on this shit. What the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Get on it.
Get
the fuck on it.
They're not a sponsor.
My bad, Biden. You're doing good. But MasterCard, make this fucking thing happen, dude.
Sure.
Fuck?
Yeah. All right. Here we go.
In New Hampshire. And rather than using gold as the means of exchange between countries, as was the case under the old gold standard, the dollar was going to be used. The dollar was chosen because back then it was as good as gold.
Under this new system, countries agreed to fix their currencies to the U.S. dollar, and the U.S. dollar would be tied to gold at a price of $35 per ounce. This meant that countries around the world could trade their currencies for U.S. dollars, which they could then exchange for gold. This created a system where all currencies were essentially backed by gold. To avoid the logistics of shipping physical gold across the world, when countries did exchange their currencies for gold, it was usually stored safely in the U.S.
Under the Bretton Woods system, you could exchange your currency or your dollars for gold. Now, it only applied to foreign countries and central banks. And we began to run budget deficits. We were running the Great Society program under Lyndon Johnson, and we were fighting a war in Vietnam. And all of a sudden, we were running these deficits, and countries were changing their dollars, and they said they wanted gold. And it began with the French, and then it started to spread.
With all the new spending programs in the United States, other countries became concerned that the U.S. was spending more money than it had gold reserves. They started exchanging their dollars for gold and demanded physical delivery, as they felt that there were more dollars being printed than the gold that backed it. To prevent this outflow of gold from American vaults, President Nixon called for an emergency suspension of the gold convertibility system.
Now there's
Nixon was smart as fuck, dude.
Yeah, right? Okay. No, dude. No. Like, I mean, yeah, I guess if you're going to steal everybody's fucking money.
Yeah.
It was, yeah, no, it's, you'll see later in this, like, how that, like, that little thing right there has really fucked up everything. because everything's fucked. So there, I've tried to find this guy's video numerous times, but he's got this video, or he has this bit, stand-up bit, where he's saying that everything, we make everything up, and yet everything is still fucked up. He's like, everything still sucks. He's like, he's like, that they turn the stock market off every night. He's like, and he's like, the Dow is down. The Dow is old. Don't turn it fucking back on again. It's like, so don't, just leave it off, and then, well, we're in trillions of dollars of debt. Just make more money. Just print it. That's the whole. It's pretty funny. His bit is pretty funny, but it's true. Like, a lot of this shit is just kind of, it's just made up. It's all made up, But let me see if I can skip this ad here. There we go.
I have directed the Secretary of the Treasury to take the action necessary to defend the dollar against the speculators. I have directed Secretary Connally to suspend temporarily the convertibility of the dollar into gold or other reserve assets.
All of the problems that we see today in the monetary system are a direct result of the decision made in August 15th, 1971, to abandon a fixed link back to gold. What gold did is it provided discipline on governments, provided discipline on government spending.
Under the old system, if you ran a budget deficit, then what would happen is gold would flow out of your country until there was a balance again. Well, without any gold backing, then countries ran perpetual deficits. So if you look at, for example, this country, from 1971 on, the U.S. has never run a surplus. Ever since we went off the gold standard, it's just been perpetual stimulus. Good times, bad times, always run a deficit.
What led Nixon to abandon the gold standard in 19 what?
The thing that's amazing to me is how fucking pissy the government will be if you owe them money.
Yeah.
But like, dude, I'm in debt too. United States. Like, why don't you just like fucking let me be? Like, just keep giving me shit. I mean, that's what America keeps doing. They just keep, getting more and more shit without any real money. There's no real money. There's no real money. And I don't even think, I bet you anything, like all that gold that was in Fort Knox or whatever, is probably not even there. They probably hid it.
That's why they created Fortnite, to distract us.
Yeah, that's right. That's what they invested all the gold in anyways, is to create Fortnite.
Probably.
Yeah.
Gave it all to China to make that shit. I'm just kidding. I don't even know who makes Fortnite.
Well, now it's all cryptocurrency, man. Anyways, all right. I'll keep going.
71, and although he claimed it was temporary, we've been waiting 40 years. We're still off of it. We ran up.
Anything that the government says is temporary is not temporary. It is totally permanent. If it's going to do anything to fuck you over, yeah, it's permanent. Just like all the shit that they did after 9/11, like, it's all permanent. Anything that they did during COVID, like, that's all permanent too. It's always permanent. Only way it'll change is if they make something else kind of go around whatever rules or laws or whatever the fuck they decide to do. That's the only time it'll change.
These sons of bitches.
Yeah, that's right.
During the 1960s, we had the guns and butter economy, where the government was both simultaneously fighting a war in Vietnam abroad. In addition, we were funding manned missions to the moon and the whole space program.
Allegedly. All right. Anyways, I just wanted to
They did have to pay a lot to get to Vegas.
To get the what?
To Vegas. Wasn't it filmed in
I don't know where
Nevada?
it was. I don't know where it was filmed. Maybe Nevada desert. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, fuck me.
All right, here we go.
We were creating more money than we had gold reserves to back it up, and a lot of our foreign creditors saw this and began to demand gold rather than their Federal Reserve notes, because they sensed that Washington simply didn't have enough gold to make its commitment to back the dollar.
By removing the link between gold and the US dollar, President Nixon created a system where all currencies were backed by nothing. This is what is known as a fiat currency.
Fiat currency is currency that's backed by nothing except government promises. The word fiat is a Latin word, and it basically means currency that's circulating by force. If people have confidence in that currency, and if there's
Just have a bolt
force
full of
that
cards.
enable the currency to circulate for a period.
A what?
We just have a vault full of fiats.
Yeah, those little tiny fiats. Yeah.
Yeah. Just like,
Definitely.
all right, we valued this one at $5 million.
That's what everything's backed by. There's those little fucking cars.
Fucking fiats.
Yeah. Yeah, but basically it's saying that all the money is fake. There's nothing backed. There's nothing to back it. So
it's backed by hopes and dreams, dude.
Basically, yeah. Yeah, it is. So when the government's coming after me for taxes and shit, then I'll just give them an IOU. Hey, tell you what, I'll give you an IOU. You can come and collect it when I die.
I'm gonna put like my hand over their cup, like Peter Griffin does, or yeah, it's Peter. Where I think it is, and he's giving it to a homeless person. He's like, you didn't drop anything in there. I dropped change, bud. I dropped change.
Yeah,
could all use that.
Yep.
Don't spend it everywhere, or don't spend it at one place.
Yeah, hope and change. Hope and change.
Hey man, it's what Obama ran on.
Yep.
We could do it too.
I'm gonna run on diarrhea.
You already do.
Pretty much, yeah. All right, here we go.
We'll lose confidence in the currency.
There is no nation on this planet that currently uses money. We all use currency. There will come a day when everybody knows the difference.
Money is a medium of exchange, and the way it has evolved is that it's always something of intrinsic value until the modern age, when the politicians say, well, we don't need anything of intrinsic value anymore. All we need is political decree. We can say this is money, this piece of paper is money. Now money has a new characteristic. But underneath it all, there's this same concept in place that nobody ever seems to challenge, and that is that governments have a right to declare something of no value to be money, and you must accept it. That's really the problem, and it's still the problem today. It's destroying the economies of the world.
See, and that's what I always had a hard time getting into, like the idea of cryptocurrency, right? But then I started to think about it like this, right? Like our money, our dollars, everything that it's just, it doesn't mean anything. There's nothing to back it anymore. So why does it matter? Like I was always afraid, like crypto. I'm like, well, yeah, but there's nothing to back it. There's nothing to back our money. There's nothing, right? It's just a promise. Anything has value if somebody gives it value. It's just like if I have shit in my closet that I go ahead and I put out on a table, I don't use it. I think it's garbage. I put it out on a table and I put price stickers on there. Somebody's going to come by and they're going to buy it. It's going to be valuable to them, right? Things only have value what the people put on it. It's just like baseball cards. Baseball cards for like a minute, for a while, were worthless. For some reason, they're coming back up again. Everything has, ebbs and flows, right? But yeah, so that's why I'm like, you know what, cryptocurrency? Yeah, man, why not? If people are putting value to it, then fuck, invest in it. Am I going to invest everything in it? No. That's why, I mean, like a lot of these rich people are always saying diversify. So yeah, diversify. Don't invest all of your money into one thing. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. So
I was gonna say, my Grammy used to say, "Don't put your eggs in one basket."
Oh yeah, see, there you go. Yeah,
but that's a lie. She really said, "Just shoot them."
Shoot the eggs?
No, the people.
Oh, okay. Your grandma was savage, dude.
Yeah, she was crazy.
Yeah. She really got loopy at the end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
With currencies no longer backed by anything real or tangible, their value was measured only in relation to each other. And because countries with relatively weak currencies could make products cheaply, countries devalue their own currencies to make them desirable trading partners.
Chill.
What? What?
The other countries can make shit cheaper. It's like, hey.
Yeah, it's true
Trying
though.
to, I know, but at the same time, like we want both. We want both ways, you know.
Well, and the problem, see, and that's just the thing. So, like, and so if they were to make everything here in America, it would be more expensive, and that's because all of the workers want to make more money. They have to, you have to pay the workers more money. Yeah. Well, then really, you're not, all that extra money that you're making isn't going to be worth shit because everything costs more. So it's like, why don't we just stop making things cost so fucking much? Then we can ask for lower wages. Like, I don't know, man, just figure something out. But the whole thing is fucking broken, man.
Yeah, well, I feel like it also hangs on people being lazy. The minimum wage only goes up because people want to keep doing the minimum for the most. You know what I mean?
I agree.
So if we did this thing where, okay, there's gonna be more jobs, but that shit's got to go down a little more. Like we can't do everyone's 16 an hour, and I'll be making the same fucking thing. I'll just be chilling for 8 hours a day. And because let's face it, a lot of people, they don't fucking work the whole time. They sit and talk. They chat. They have a smoke break. Go outside, jerk off real quick, rub one out. Shit, go in the storage room, rub one out real quick. We all do weird things while we're doing shit.
While we're working.
Or while we're at work. It should also, fall on that too. If you want to take a longer break, you get a deduction. If you want to go jerk off, gotta let the manager know, and you get a deduction.
Or fired.
I don't know why I'm hanging on that one so much, but I think I really want people to be okay with masturbation in the workplace.
At work, yeah. Well,
not like openly, but like, hey, I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick. I'm gonna be 10 minutes.
There was a sketch I saw where they had like a masturbation closet or something at like a lawyer's office or something. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, you're not the only one that thinks that apparently. So.
Or wants it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's probably just gonna be office jobs, but
yeah, right. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll keep going here. I don't think they talk about masturbation in here. Yeah, sorry.
The currency measures itself against the dollar. So if the dollar goes down, the other central banks respond to that, and they try and intervene in the foreign exchange markets to ensure that the impact doesn't hit their domestic economies.
What is a Ponzi scheme?
Ooh, fun music.
A Ponzi scheme is a fraudulent investment scheme that promises high returns for investors with little or no risk. Sounds too good to be true, right? That's because it is. In a legitimate investment scheme, the money invested is used to build wealth, typically through low-risk ventures like stock or real estate portfolios. Over time, this generates enough income to pay the investor back their initial investment plus some profit. A Ponzi scheme, on the other hand, promises massive returns quickly. How does it accomplish this? Instead of using the money invested to build wealth, a Ponzi scheme simply brings in more investors to pay off the previous investors. And because these new investors have also been promised large returns, the scheme must then find an even bigger group of investors to pay them off. All the while, the creators of the scheme are skimming cash from each group of investors. Because a Ponzi scheme doesn't generate any wealth itself, it must constantly bring in larger and larger groups of investors to keep functioning. Eventually, no more new investors can be found, or large numbers of previous investors all cash out at the same time, and the scheme collapses in on itself. By this time, the perpetrators of the scheme have siphoned off tremendous amounts of money for themselves, while the investors are left out of pocket and out of luck.
All right. Okay. Oh,
Oh, we weren't gonna talk about masturbation.
Okay, all right, let's skip this ad here. Jesus. Yeah. Okay, so it was talking about that Ponzi scheme there. I think a lot of people are familiar with what a Ponzi scheme is. Did you know what a Ponzi scheme was?
I mean, not necessarily that it was that. I just always thought Ponzi scheme was just more of a scam, but kind of like promising, like how they said, like promising a bigger return. But I didn't realize it was like get more people.
Yeah,
The way it's like
yeah.
the pyramid scheme type thing.
Yeah, I mean, basically what it is you're promising huge returns. That's the problem. You promise huge returns, but the only returns that you're actually giving people are parts of investments from other people who are investing, being promised that so there's never any investing on behalf, like on for at the top, they don't invest anything. It's all just skimming off, right? But like that right there reminds me of, well, it makes me think of how banks work. So,
Yeah.
and that's what's wild to me. And I think a lot of people don't know how banks work. But if you go and take money, let's say you have $3,000 in cash. Actually, let's make it a larger amount. You have $30,000 in cash you got from selling a car, a classic car. What'd you say?
A foot pick.
A foot pick. Yeah,
Go
a foot
on.
pick. Yeah.
Just ignore it.
So you have but nobody's. Well, I guess maybe people pay cash for that. But $30,000, you got $30,000 because you just slept with some man's with some dude.
Brother.
All right. Yeah. It was Vegas and you needed the money. Okay. Anyway, so you go to the bank, you got $30,000, you put it in. They have no problem taking that money, but I think that they do end up asking questions. Whatever. Okay, so now you've deposited this money because they want to make sure that you haven't stolen it.
Yeah. So especially like small amounts or
in small amounts it won't matter,
but bigger,
large
like
amounts.
You said 5?
Huh?
Yeah, you said 5,000. It'll probably be like a little more pressing questions.
Yeah, maybe. I think probably at around there. Yeah. So anyways, but you put in that money and then let's say by the time it clears, or because I don't know if it'll clear right away, but at the end of the week, you're like, okay, you know what? I want to go ahead and I want to cash that money out. I want to get that money. Guess what? They can't take
outside.
Yeah, they can't take that money out because you know what they've done? They've already taken that money and they've loaned it out to somebody else.
Yeah,
so
or they're
money,
paying back what they've already loaned from.
Yeah, but money that isn't theirs. You put it in the bank for safekeeping. Banks figured out that what they could do is they could go ahead and loan that money out to people and start collecting money on interest, and then also collecting money on all your overdraft fees, all your whatever. But the reality is, like, if everybody went and took their money out of the bank, like let's say 1,000 people went and took all of their money out of the bank, and let's say that the most money that they had in the bank was $15,000, and they all took $15,000 out. That would fuck those banks up big time because they have loaned out your money. That's fucking stupid, dude.
Yeah,
it's messed up. It's bad business. Well, I guess it's good business, but it seems really fucking sketchy. That's what I think. I think all this business stuff is sketchy as fuck, dude.
Yeah, and well, because I do certain things in my day to day or my business where I'm like, is that ethical?
Yeah, right.
And it feels like that's like the same thing. Whereas like, but it's in the dotted lines, dude. It's in the fine print and everything. Where you're gonna give us money, but we're instantly gonna give it to some other people.
I don't think people understand that though. I don't think people know that. I don't think people understand that their
no
money
one
is
fucking reads contracts or anything.
Yeah,
dude.
and then
So it's not the bank's fault, but at the same time it is because they leverage the laziness of the people.
Yeah, well,
or the ignorance.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then the other thing too is like all of our money. Like, okay, so if I end up if I have direct deposit or if I have a check, right? Like, let's say I have a check and then the check says Wells Fargo on it and my bank account is at Wells Fargo. Why does it take like 3 or 4 days for that check to clear when they should fucking know right away?
Right.
Like, they can right away tell if that check's going to bounce or not. Like, what's the problem? All these, it's all digital and it all happens like that. So why is it so hard to, like, as soon as I end up taking money out, they know. It all happens so quickly. I don't understand why, why my check doesn't clear for 3 days. Why my paycheck doesn't clear, like,
I
that's fucking
mean,
dumb.
because it's like if you're using it in a store or something. Is that what you mean?
Well, no, like if I'm depositing my check,
Oh, okay.
if I'm depositing my paycheck, why does it take 3 days? Why does it take 2 days? Especially if the bank that the check, like the account that the check is under, if it's the same as the bank that I'm banking at, it shouldn't take that long.
Yeah,
Like, it's all the same
No,
system.
it's fucking stupid. It's all numbers on a computer screen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Everything's just numbers. There's nothing real anymore. So anyways.
It's just numbers, wake up.
Yeah, it's just numbers. Anyways, okay. I say we go for a couple more minutes and then we'll stop recording this episode and then we'll go to the next episode. So, you cool with that? All right.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Without a fixed link to gold, the U.S. Treasury has been able to borrow and spend as much money as it wanted. When the U.S. government needs money, it takes out a loan with the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve prints the currency required for the loan, and in return receives an IOU from the U.S. Treasury. These IOUs are called government bonds. With the money provided from these loans, or bonds, the U.S. government pays its bills and obligations. Meanwhile, the U.S. Treasury and the Federal Reserve work closely together to sell these bonds at auction, where foreign central banks, pension funds, and even individuals buy these U.S. government loans. And why wouldn't they? Loaning money to the U.S. government is virtually a risk-free investment. But if the loans are spent on bills and paying off previous loans, where does the government get the money to pay back the current loan and the interest that is charged on it? Is investing in a U.S. government bond simply one small part in a giant Ponzi scheme?
The Federal Reserve System is definitely a Ponzi scheme. There's no question about it. They go through the appearance of lending money to the governments, and the governments agree to pay back the money plus interest. And so this money comes into being. They create it just for that purpose. They give it to the governments. Didn't exist before that, you understand. Central banks just make it out of nothing and click a few keys on a keyboard of a computer, and the Treasury of the United States government now has another $1 trillion that it can spend. That's where that money came from. And so that creates a liability on the part of the federal government to pay it back, plus interest. Now think about that, plus interest. Well, when it comes time to pay it back, plus the interest, they can't pay it back, and they certainly can't pay it back plus interest too. So what they do is they borrow more to cover the original loan plus the interest, and then by that time Congress wants more money anyway. So the debt just keeps going up and up and up and up.
Under the current monetary system, we borrow all of our currency into existence and we promise to pay it back plus interest. If you borrow the very first dollar into existence and that's the only dollar that exists on the planet, but you promise to pay it back plus another dollar's worth of interest, where do you get the second dollar? The answer is you have to borrow that. It's a Ponzi scheme because you can never pay it off. It always requires that we go deeper into debt.
Since 1971, the United States has been running trade deficits with the rest of the world, meaning we've been buying a lot more products from the rest of the world than they have been buying from us. The Japanese and Koreans sell us cars and electronics. The Middle East sells us oil. And the Chinese sell us seemingly everything on our Walmart shelves.
And I think that might be the reason why Trump is trying to get the tariffs and stuff, right? So then that way we're no longer buying and relying on other countries. When we have all this shit ourselves, we have oil, right? So we have everything that we need as a country. We have here.
Yeah.
No,
but I'm a die on this hill, and people are just fucking lazy, dude. No one wants to build or sit there and because the most shit I sell is like those little anime things or even like anime figures. No one wants to sit there for 16 hours and sculpt at a figure, whereas these, in lack of better words, we have these Chinese people doing it for fucking cheap.
Yeah, people in China are doing
in
it cheap.
shit environments, awful, just gassed up rooms. Not even literally gassed up rooms, but I don't know if you ever sit next to a 3D printer.
Yeah, it stinks.
It creates fumes that will fuck you up.
Yeah.
And I'm guaranteeing that a lot of these toys that it's more than likely off a 3D printer.
Yeah.
I'm guaranteeing that they make whatever worker they have there just stand next to that 3D printer all day, grabbing the figures that pop off.
Probably.
That's not fucking good. That's not fucking good.
Yeah.
Any type of machine. That's literally like the bottom basis of what I want to be like. Oh, 3D printer puts out fumes. A ton of these machines are going to be putting out fumes.
Yeah.
So regardless of what machine they're standing by, working all day, none of us American assholes want to do that. I guess some of us are. We're working. There's people working their asses off. But a shit ton of them, the ones that are fighting for minimum wage needs to be up, they don't want to do that. They want to just flip a burger, pass it along in a bag, and
I don't know
their $16 an hour.
I mean, yeah, but if
shit, fast food's 20 right now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But
fuck,
I mean, there's people in California, yeah, but there's people
and they get my fucking order wrong still.
Yeah, I know. And then the food is like terrible. Yeah.
And then they have the AI drive-through now. Yeah. And I'm starting to like that a lot more. They're getting polite. They're listening. Fuck you. Wait until everything's automated. You're gonna be, I'm missing 20 an hour. Well, fuck you.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Go work at a warehouse. There's plenty of those jobs. Yeah, okay. They could eat dicks. Yeah. Hey,
you could probably make $20 an hour doing that.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a lot of dicks, though. I mean, how long is it gonna take to eat one dick?
Dude, one person. What do you mean a lot of to get rich?
No, but I'm saying, like, if you're getting paid $20 an hour to eat dick, like, how many dicks are you gonna eat in 1 hour?
How much dick could
That's a lot of
sucker eats. Never mind, that didn't work out. I was gonna do a woodchuck type thing.
Are they big dicks or are they small dicks? I think that's important as well.
That is a pretty good.
Where are you sourcing these dicks from? Because I think there's a question of
Chicago.
Oh my god. And are they human dicks or are they pig dicks?
A mixture. It's gonna end up being a what's in my mouth situation.
Well, I think human dicks
if they
would be
guess
illegal.
wrong, they gotta keep going.
I mean, I think a safer bet would be having to eat like pig dicks or cow dicks or something. So, but anyways, on that note, I say we go ahead and we stop it here, and then we'll go ahead and continue elsewhere. So, or we'll continue next week. So, anyways, I'm gonna play the horns. You got anything to add here at the end?
Don't eat dick.
Don't eat dick or donate dick. Like donate it.
Fucking either one.
Okay, donate it to science.
Yeah.
Or dick eating. Yeah.
Science.
Science.